joining. Hare Krishna. Thanks all for joining. So we are in the study of the Bhagavad Gita, which is the divine conversation happened between Krishna and Arjuna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So in that we successfully completed 8 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita. So this whole Bhagavad Gita was spoken by Krishna to Arjuna around 40 to 45 minutes in the battlefield of Kurukshetra when Arjuna was not ready to fight, and he's saying like, hey, I have various reasons not to fight. So at the time Krishna is instructing, no, you have to fight because to protect the Kshatriya Dharma. So this divine conversation, like it is spread across 700 slokas, which has been like divided into 18 chapters. This 18 chapter further divided into 3 sections. First 6 chapter talking about Karma Yoga. The last 6 chapter talking about Jnana Yoga. The middle 6 chapters, 7 to 12, talking about Bhakti Yoga. So first 6 chapter, it is talking about Karma Yoga, which is work with detachment. The middle 6 chapter is talking work with devotion. So in that section, so we know Bhakti Yoga is very, very important. In the Bhakti Yoga, the 9th and 10th chapters are so important because this 9th chapter only, like that Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakto sloka will come. Many slokas. It is so important chapter in the whole of Bhagavad Gita, 9th and 10th chapter. So what is the chapter name for 7th chapter? What is 7th chapter name? Hare Krishna. What is 7th chapter name? It is knowledge of the absolute. The 8th chapter name is attaining the supreme. Okay. Then this 9th chapter, the most confidential knowledge. So Krishna is talking about confidential knowledge, more confidential knowledge, and the most confidential knowledge. So what is the confidential knowledge? In the 2nd chapter, Krishna talking about the difference between body and soul, correct? We are not the body, we are the soul. And he is talking about the 30 characteristics of the soul, correct? A soul cannot be submerged into water, soul cannot be like put into the fire, etc. So the 30 characteristics of the soul from 2nd chapter till 6th chapter, it is called confidential knowledge, okay, which is talking about I am not the body, I am the soul. Then he is talking about more confidential knowledge, which is the initial section of the Bhakti Yoga section of the Bhagavad Gita, which is talking about knowledge of the absolute and attaining the supreme. That is more confidential knowledge. Then he is talking in the same Bhakti Yoga how to attain the supreme, like how to do more devotion service, exclusive devotion service to Krishna. That is what this 9th and 10th chapters are talking. That is the reason this 9th chapter is been named as the most confidential knowledge. This particular chapter is so important. It uncovers a lot of many different different aspects of like a Bhagavad Gita. The topmost secret of the Bhagavad Gita will be revealed in this particular chapter, the most confidential knowledge. So please be attentive. And how the chapter 3 and 5 talking similar type of karma yoga. Okay, chapter 3 talking about karma yoga, chapter 5 also talking about karma yoga, but in a little more devotional way. The similar manner, chapter 7 and chapter 9 almost similar. Chapter 7 talking about what? What is the name of this chapter 7?
Chapter 7 is knowledge of absolute, Prabhu.
Exactly.
Just now.
So this chapter is most confidential knowledge. So here also it is talking about the knowledge and the absolute Krishna's every aspect, like okay, how to attain that, all those things. Okay, so here also it is talking about the most confidential knowledge, which is similar to 7th chapter. So in 7th chapter, what Krishna says, okay, how you can get the knowledge, okay, what are the various ways, like I am present in this material and the spiritual world. So all those things is explaining, correct? Like I am present in the taste of the water, okay, on the smell and on the fragrance, like on the sound ether, okay, all those things, the sun and moon, the light, everywhere, like I am present. The similar manner, Krishna will more elaborate on the most confidential knowledge in the ninth chapter. Okay, so in the whole of, see, that is what like it has been said as chapter 7 and 9 are identical. Okay, and see, in the chapter 8, the last sloka, what he is talking, if you do the bhakti, okay, then it is better than doing any yajna or any charity or any other thing, correct? Okay, so because the bhakti yoga or bhakti, if anyone doing, that is, that will surpass like a whatever benefit you get by doing a tapasya or the yajna or the charity or various things like a prescribed in the Vedic literature. Because bhakti yoga or like a chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra or reading Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita will surpass, you will get all those benefits of like doing charity, doing tapas, doing the yajna, and all the things prescribed in Vedic literature, plus many more, many things like a more. That is the beauty of doing bhakti yoga. So that is how he ends the chapter, correct? He ends the chapter of the eighth chapter by saying that okay, if you do the bhakti, you will get more benefit than like doing tapas, doing yajna, doing the charity, doing what else, like doing the Vedic things, like I mentioned in the literature. So now he ended the eighth chapter. Ninth chapter, he is talking about the most confidential knowledge, correct? The most confidential knowledge, as I mentioned, what is confidential knowledge, what is more confidential knowledge, what is most confidential knowledge. So confidential knowledge is, it is talking about okay, we are not the body, we are the soul, and the 30 characteristics of the soul, which has been explained in the chapter 2, correct? Chapter 2 to 6, it is confidential knowledge, and chapter 7 and 8, which is the initial section of the Bhagavad Gita, which is talking about more confidential knowledge, how we can understand the knowledge of the absolute and how to attain the supreme. Then the most confidential knowledge is chapter 9 and 10, which is the crux of the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so that is the reason it is very important. Even Chatur Sloki comes in the 10.8 to like a 10.11. So this chapter 9 and 10 are so important section of the Bhagavad Gita. Please hear very attentively, correct? As Krishna starts like in the 7th chapter, Tashunu, correct? Uh, Please hear attentively because I am going to talk about Bhagavad Gita's Bhakti Yoga. Now, this most confidential knowledge is like the crux of Bhagavad Gita, which is 9th and 10th chapter, and like a please attentively hear. Okay, so in this chapter, what are the things Krishna is talking? Like a first hearing about Krishna. Again, the knowledge of the absolute, as I mentioned, 7th and 9th chapter are similar. Okay, almost similar. How the 3rd and 5th chapter are similar, correct? Like a 3rd chapter also, Krishna is talking about Karma Yoga. Fifth chapter also Krishna is talking about Karma Yoga, bit in a elaborate way. The similar manner, seventh and ninth talking about the knowledge of the absolute only and most confidential knowledge, but in a little more elaborative way. Okay, so hearing about Krishna, he's talking what are the qualifications and the disqualifications to hear about Krishna. Then Aishwarya Jnana, Krishna's Achintya Beda, relationship with the material world. Krishna's relationship with the material world will be explained. Then non-worshippers and the worshippers, like what will happen to the worshipper and non-worshipper, and why Krishna is the supreme object of worship. Why we need to worship only Krishna. Okay. Then the glories of directly worshipping Krishna. These are the things will be explained in the ninth chapter. That is the reason this chapter is called the most confidential knowledge. Many slokas like to remember also. So first sloka, we talk Sri Bhagavan. Who can be called as Bhagavan? Why they only can be called as Bhagavan?
Prabhu who possesses six opulences as
Yeah,
per
correct.
quotes.
Aishwaryasya, Samagrasya, Viryasya, Yashashasriyaga, Jnana, Vairagi, Yochaiva, Sannam, Bhaka, Idinkana. So that is what been said in the by the Acharya. Okay, one who possesses all these six qualities, which is easily remembered by like a FORBES, correct? Fame, opulence, renunciation, beauty, education, which is knowledge, then strength. Who possesses all these things all the time in full capacity, they only or he only can be called as Krishna. And in this world or in the whole universe, like in this Brahmanda, only Krishna can be called as Bhagavan. All others are demigod. Only Krishna is the Bhagavan. Okay, that is the reason it has been said, Shri Bhagavan Vacha Idam tu te gugyatamam Pravakshyami anasuyave Jnanam Vijnana Sakitam Yajnatva Mokshashe Subhat. So in this sloka, very, very important word is like idam te gugyatamam. Guhya means, what is the meaning of Guhya?
Confidential.
Confidential, secret, okay.
Secret.
Then Anasuyave. Anasuyave means one who is non-envious, one who doesn't have any enmity with anyone, who is friend of all, okay. So Krishna says here, who can receive this? First of all, we need to understand the qualifications of receiving the confidential knowledge, correct? It is not, okay, you will not get the entrance to the IIT, okay, or entry to the IIT. Not all will get it, correct? You need to qualify to become uh, eligible to get a seat in IIT. For that, you need to appear JEEE like a other entrance examination. You need to go through. You need to get passed like a with the required marks. Then only you are eligible to enter or to get a seat in IIT. Correct. The similar manner, that is IIT like a, which is a material knowledge, and it is like a temporary. But who can get the knowledge of the absolute and who can get the most confidential knowledge? For that, what is the qualification? He has to be anasuyave, one who is non-envious. They only can get this guhyatamam. Okay, guhyatamam means this confidential knowledge. Bhagavad Gita is available all over the world, all over the universe. But how many person or how many human beings or like how many living entity is able to get the understanding of the Bhagavad Gita? Okay, able to get, okay, there is a book called the divine scripture called Bhagavad Gita, and I know about it. Even in India, how many knows? Hardly some, correct? That is what, like, it is being called as secret, though it is available freely everywhere, but not everyone can understand Bhagavad Gita, not everyone is eligible to understand the Bhagavad Gita. Only who is non-envious, they only can understand, or like they only can eligible to get the understanding of the Bhagavad Gita. So some are the other way, we become little pious, and we have done something like, okay, some tapas and some great activities in the past, so we are eligible, or we are getting like this knowledge, though it is easily available, but not everyone like can get it. So you need to have the permission of the Lord to get this knowledge. Now some of the other way we got that permission, let us not misuse that permission, let us maximum utilize it, those permission. Okay, that is what anasuya way. So he has to be non-envious, then only he can get this guhyatamam, this confidential knowledge. And what is that knowledge? It is jnanam and vijnana sakitam. Jnana is like knowing, the knowledge. Jnana is the knowledge. Vijnana means like a realized knowledge, which is applied knowledge. So we know, okay, this has to be done. But whether we are applying it in practical or not, that is what this vijnana. It is the realized knowledge. Then Sakitam with that. Yajñātva mokshayashe. Okay. One who knows this, you will be released from this miserable material existence. Okay. What is a result of knowing or practicing this knowledge? Then you will get this samsara bandhanaha. Like, okay, you will get relieved from this samsara, like which is punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. You will get the cycle of birth, death, old age, and disease. Like we will get out from that particular rotation. So first, what is this knowledge? It is confidential knowledge, which is guhyatamam. Then who can get this knowledge? Only anasuyave, one who is non-envious. Okay, what they can get? They will be able to get the knowledge and vijnanam, like a realized knowledge. Then what is the use of getting all this knowledge or practicing all this knowledge? Then he will be able to get out from this material existence. So that is what been said. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is not me saying, okay, it is the Lord himself is saying to Arjuna, and via Arjuna he is saying to all of us, my dear Arjuna, because you are never envious of me. Okay, envious of what? Krishna. What does that mean? So we all know, are we envious or like a non-envious? Hare Krishna. Are we all envious or non-envious?
Prabhu, most of the time we are envious with something or the other.
Yeah.
But are you talking about the God? I mean, from the Lord,
Yeah.
it is
Yeah, correct.
like
Are we envious
from
of the
God.
God? Are we envious of the God?
Yeah, whenever we have the doubt on God, oh, why Krishna has done this, or
Yeah.
Krishna is doing with me,
Okay.
or
So
my
if you
this
don't
work
have
is
the
not
doubt, okay.
working.
If you don't have the doubt,
Mm.
then you are envious or non-envious?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I
No,
don't think I will ever be envious
yeah,
of God because it is primarily there is no comparison, It is like I should be envy comes only when I know that that's something that I can probably achieve, or the other person is at the same level as I am, and then the other person gets better or like is in a
Yeah.
better position than me. But whereas
Okay.
like there is no comparison between
yeah, there is, yeah.
God and human being, a living being, so
Yeah.
I do not think I would ever be envious of God in any way.
Okay. That is
So
one way
if
of understanding,
there's Sheikh
Mataji.
Muhammad, we cannot be envious with Sheikh Muhammad because
Yeah.
see, we know that he has achieved, he's on the different level. But
Yeah.
maybe I can be envious to with my colleague, maybe, or with my any friend. So,
Yeah, exactly. Somebody on the same plane, basically. There is no, it's not like you cannot compare yourself with somebody who is like far more superior or in a, it's like like you said, you can't compare yourself to Sheikh Mohammed or, somebody like that. It's just as
Yeah.
simple as that.
So that is our understanding, Madhji, one way of understanding. But in reality, we all are envious of Krishna. Okay. Leave the other thing such as like the comparison and other things. Okay. Why we are envious of Krishna? Because only Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. Okay. Krishna only has to enjoy, but in reality, we all are enjoying ourselves without knowing our purpose of life, without knowing why we came into this material existence. We are thinking like we are the master and we are enjoying. Okay. At least one time in a day, we will forget. We should not forget Krishna. Okay. All the time we need to remember Krishna. But in reality, we are remembering Krishna only hardly like one or two times in a day. And all the other times, like we think, okay, we are the master, I am the controller. But in reality, who is the controller? In reality, who is the controller? Krishna. Who is the
Krishna.
master? Krishna. Who is the supreme enjoyer? Krishna. But what we are doing, only for momentarily we are thinking about Krishna, and all the time we are thinking about, okay, I am the enjoyer, I am the controller, I am the master, which is what I am saying. We are always envious of Krishna. Envy doesn't mean that, okay, only externally I need to express, okay, I am envy of that particular colleague because he got a good promotion or he got like a good appreciation. No, envy is like a how we behave ourselves in our every moment of the life. Okay, so are we agreeing to this point or disagreeing?
I agree.
yeah, Prabhu. Krishna is only the supreme
Controller,
enjoyer.
Krishna is only the enjoyer, Krishna is only the master. But how often,
Mm.
yeah, how often we are realizing that? How often we are executing that? Like, hey, that is what it.
No, we are
Sometimes
in
we
an
may not.
impression that we are only enjoying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. Yeah, we. It is not yeah, impression, Madhji. Like
Or
it
if
is.
or
It is
if
the reality.
something is happening wrong, then oh, why, if you are in Krishna service, why
Yeah,
Krishna is doing with me like this?
yeah, correct. Yeah.
Then we are blaming.
So
Yeah.
in reality, this envy, real meaning of this envy is, okay, if we think every moment of our life, okay, Krishna is the master, Krishna is the controller, only Krishna can enjoy. I have to serve Krishna and his devotees. If you are able to think this all in your life, then you are non-envious. But the other way, if you are thinking, okay, or if you are executing, okay, I am the master, I am the owner of this car, I am the owner of this house, I am the owner of like a so and so property, I am the owner of this company, then we are nothing but envious of Krishna. Okay. So,
Hmm.
Lord, though Lord can like a clearly demark between, okay, what is envy and non-envy, but Lord is so merciful and he ignores like a lot of our disqualifications, a lot of our what to say, the shortcomings, lot of our uh, small mistakes, okay, faults. He will ignore all those things and he is ready to give or do anything and everything for the devotee, even if he chants one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra, how we saw in the Ajamila Charitra, correct? He called his son Narayana, not the Lord Narayana, but still Lord is so merciful and Lord's name is so merciful and so powerful that Vishnu Dudas are coming to invite or to welcome Ajamila. At the time, Yamadudas are getting confused, correct? So Krishna is so magnanimous, Krishna is so grateful, Krishna is so great that even our disqualifications cannot withstand in front of Krishna. No one can say that, okay, I am so fallen, I am so unfortunate that like you can't be lifted by Krishna. Only thing is we need to understand at least like, okay, every moment of our life, we need to keep increasing our faith to Krishna, keep increasing our remembrance of Krishna. Keep, okay, today you are thinking about Krishna 2 times, tomorrow make an attempt to think about Krishna 3 times, 4 times, likewise. So then our enviness like will go off slowly. How we are slowly like, okay, we are offering the boha to the Lord and having it, correct? We are trying to avoid like the onion and garlic or the tea and coffee, etc., etc., for not for any other thing but to Krishna, so that like our devotion is fixed. Okay, we have slowly like a disengage from the material world and gradually like a connect with the spiritual activity and the spiritual thing. So that is how we have to do it. Then slowly that envy will go off and we will be more eligible, more and more eligible to get the devotion service. That is what, because you are never envious. Krishna says to Arjuna, you are never envious. I shall impart you this most confidential knowledge, which is Guhyatamam, and realization, knowledge and realization, which is Jnana and Vijnana, knowing which you shall be delivered, relieved of the miseries of material existence. Any clarifications, any doubt, any thought process like in this sloka? Because this is the most confidential knowledge. The crux of Bhagavad Gita is this chapter and next chapter. Please attentively hear and ask questions if you have, or like share your thoughts.
Prabhu, can you just put it up?
Yeah. Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, Prabhu. No, I was just trying to find out the number. What number is this?
It is 9.1, ninth sloka, sorry, 9th chapter, first
9.
sloka. Yeah.
Hmm.
Shri Bhagavanuvacha idam
Vacha.
te idam tu te guhyatamam pravakshyami anasuyave jnanam vijnana sahitam yajnatva moksheshe ashubhat. So why he says Anasuyave, like what is the real crux is, we need to understand what is the meaning of Anasuyave. We all are one or the other way, Suyave, like which is the Asuyave, which is like we are some are the other way like envious, but Arjuna is non-envious. So slowly, if we remember, okay, Krishna is the only master, Krishna is the only supreme controller, and Krishna only can enjoy. If we have that mood in our mind and heart and soul, then we are nothing but non-envious. Any questions? Okay, Hare Krishna. This is very, very important. So,
No, Prabhu.
Guhyatamam,
Okay.
which
I
is
have marked it 9.1.
confidential knowledge. Then Anasuyave, which is non-envious. Then Jnana Vijnana Sagitam, Yajnatma Moksheshe Subhat. Okay, which is you will
Can I
be
recite,
relieved.
Prabhu?
Yeah,
You
Manchi,
allow?
you will be relieved from the misery of material existence.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Shri Bhagavanu Vacha. Idam tu te guhyatam tamam pravakshayam anusuyave
Hmm.
jnana vijnana sahitam
Hmm.
yajjan yad yad yatva mokshase shubha shubhat mokshase shubhat.
Okay, Hare
हरे
Krishna.
कृष्णा थैंक यू
Yeah.
प्रभु एक बार
Yeah.
प्रभु मेरे को ये ट्रांसलेशन भी पढ़ना है फॉर माय
Yeah.
ओन दिस
Okay,
Otherwise,
Manji.
we never get chance to recite.
Yeah.
A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjuna, become because you are never envious of me." Prabhu, is it Arjun never? I mean, he was pure devotee. He never been envious on Krishna, like how we are.
No, but we are not
Is
envious to
it?
Krishna, na? No. See, that's what I'm saying.
No, you said no. Like Krishna is only non-envious. I mean, he is the enjoyer, but we are envious.
Yeah,
Because
correct. Yeah.
any flinch of I mean in a few seconds, few minutes only, we are keeping him remember, and all the other times we are just in ourselves only, me.
Yeah. So for that, I will tell like
So
why
uh,
there is a story also there. Why Krishna is so attached to Pandavas
so here
and
Bhagwan is declaring that Arjuna, you are not envious of me. He is declaring
yeah, correct. Yeah,
to
I
Arjuna.
will tell the story
Yeah.
like why he is declaring that. Yeah.
uh,
So Krishna, Arjuna is non-envious of Krishna. Okay. Why? Because and whatever all these we may say like why the Kshatriya is like afraid to fight or not ready to fight. He is put into this dilemma state. Arjuna is so glorious and so a great warrior. Uh, he has been put into that state and he has been as a part of this Leela by Krishna's will. So devotee who can who can be ready to do anything for Krishna. That is the reason he is non-envious. Because a warrior being ready to fight, he assembled in the battlefield. On after that, he is saying, "Okay, I can't fight. My Gandiva is slipping. My hands are shivering." For a Kshatriya, like okay, he will never say that. Okay, my hands are shivering, but he is ready to accept that insult as well because our Krishna want to teach Bhagavad Gita via Arjuna. So Arjuna is ready to do anything and everything to become a servant and to become a what is that sloka? Nimitta matram, correct? To become a instrument in Lord's hand. Okay. And he's saying like I am ready to even beg also. So which Kshatriya will say, okay, I am ready to beg. But Krishna put Arjuna into that state and he's ready to do that particular thing. So the reason he is non-envious. The other time, Narada was asking, why you are always like so attached to Arjuna, Pandavas and so attached in that Pandavas also like so attached to Arjuna. Because Arjuna and Krishna like carry a very long relationship and like okay the friendship. Okay, why Arjuna? You are so attached to Arjuna. Krishna is asking. Sorry, Narada is asking to Krishna. Then Krishna says, "Okay, you come next day. So I will show you like a why." Then at that time, uh, Arjuna is sleeping in the lap of Krishna. Okay, so Arjuna is sleeping in the lap of Krishna, and Narada coming, and Krishna is saying to Narada, "Don't make any noise. Just hear the uh, pores, like okay, the hair and the pores of Arjuna. Okay, in that while sleeping condition, the pores of Arjuna and the hair of Arjuna is reciting. Okay, he is closely watching that, hearing that what it is coming. He's saying like a Krishna, 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 Narayana, Krishna. Likewise, he's saying. So then Narada understood. Okay, Krishna is saying even in his sleep also like he is thinking about me only. He is reciting my name only. So that is the reason Arjuna is like so close to me. So this says like why Lord chose Arjuna to pass the Bhagavad Gita. because he could have passed via Yudhishthira Maharaj, or like he could have passed via Bhima, or he could have passed via like a Bhishma, etc., etc. Why Lord chose as devotee Arjuna to pass this knowledge? Not only for one yuga, like it is many, many yuga, it is eternal. So that is what we have to understand. Because you are non-envious, you are always thinking of me, I am passing this knowledge. So if we are also non-envious, we can get more knowledge from Krishna. This is what the reason, Maji. Hope you understood.
Yeah, Prabhu, very good. And I'm really very thankful that you clear this, because while you were also reading, I was like, I will have to read it and I will ask, because now I was envious to Arjuna.
Yeah, yeah. No, not Arjuna. Like so, the
Because
likewise.
I'm like,
Hmm.
well, I mean, why Krishna is declaring Arjuna to non-envious? I mean, why? What is the reason behind? So that's why I was, curious to ask. So I'll
Yeah.
proceed, Prabhu, and thank you so much
Yeah,
for
now
clear
this one
this
Zoom
thing.
will disconnect and
The
please
Supreme
rejoin.
Person.
Yeah.
Acha, okay. So I should leave, right?
No, no, rejoin. I am saying rejoin, and then you
Hello.
can recite. Yeah, Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Okay, the other thing also, Mataji, like, okay, Krishna said Arjuna as a non-envious. Yeah, yeah, Krishna doesn't say only Arjuna is a non-envious. That is another point also, like, because here Preeta and me were discussing. So it doesn't mean that, okay, only Arjuna is a non-envious. Arjuna is non-envious. That is what he said. We shouldn't understand, okay, only Arjuna is a non-envious, all others are like envious. No. What I am trying to say is, some or the other way, we become non-envious because we are not thinking all the time Krishna is only the supreme enjoyer, Krishna is the only master, Krishna is only the controller. This is what we have to understand. Hope you all are able to understand that.
Yeah, Prabhu.
Yeah,
He's saying that you are never envious of me. So
yeah,
he's only addressing to him. Yeah.
correct. By
Uh, I
unknowingly,
mean, he's, yeah, for,
we are
yeah.
becoming non-envious many a times, like not knowingly. As we all know, Krishna is never
Mm.
comparable. We don't have any capacity and capability to compare ourselves with Krishna. But unknowingly, many a times, most of the times, we are non-envious of Krishna because envious of Krishna. Sorry, because envious of Krishna, because we are not thinking, because we are thinking, okay, we are the supreme enjoyer, we are the controller, we are the master. If we remove that attitude, then you will be able to qualify as like a non-envious of Krishna. So one particular disciple was asking, uh, Guru, how I can be happy? Okay, I want to be happy. He was asking, I want to be happy. Then
Mm.
the Guru said, okay, come tomorrow. He is asking again, like, how I want to be happy. Huh? I can be happy or I want to be happy. Okay. Then he told that, okay, first remove the I from the word. Okay. Then he removed want to be happy. Then he told remove all the wants also. Then happy, then you will become happy. This is how like he explained. So that I and wants, if you remove from ourselves, then we can think, okay, we are we are not the master, we are the servant, and we will be serving the Lord. By serving the Lord, we will be happy. This is what like we need to understand. There's a very subtle meaning, like, okay, there's a envy thing, which we can understand by going into like a deep understanding of the envy, not the way like, okay, generally we will think, okay, I am not envious of Krishna because I don't compare myself with Krishna. I compare only myself with the my colleagues. Okay, okay, Maji, yeah, please read.
Yeah, Prabhu, thank you so much. You gave such a detailed information.
Hare
The
Krishna.
Supreme Personality of God had said, My dear Arjuna, because you are never envious of me, I shall impart to you this most confidential knowledge and realization, knowing which you shall be relieved of the miseries of material existence. Hare Krishna.
So this sloka has to be registered in our mind. Okay, why I need to study Bhagavad Gita? Why I need to understand this most confidential knowledge? Okay, because it is Gukhya Tamam. It is not so easily available. It is confidential, the most confidential knowledge. And what is the eligibility to get that most confidential knowledge? To become non-envious. Okay, if I understand that, if I practice that jnana and realized knowledge, what is the benefit? I will get out from this material world. Okay,
Relieved,
yeah,
yeah,
relieved from the
relieved
material
from miseries
existence.
of
This is
material.
how we have to understand this
Mm,
sloka. This every day, not only today. Okay, every day, if you make it as a
mm.
practice to understand that, at least 10 times we can remember the Lord. We can become non envious. We can understand, okay, the Guhya Tamam is Bhagavad Gita. So let me read one or two slokas from the Bhagavad Gita. Let me understand. Let me apply it in practical. Then I am getting closer to get out from this material world and go to the spiritual world. That is the reason this chapter is the most confidential knowledge, and this chapter is crux of the Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna. Okay?
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. The second sloka is another excellent sloka, one of my favorite sloka also. Okay, so it is Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam Pratyakshavam Dharmyam Susukam Kartum Avyayam. Susukam Kartum Avyayam. This is talking about 8 benefits or like attributes of the knowledge or the supreme knowledge or the bhakti. Okay, it is Raja Vidya. Vidya means like okay, the education. It is king of Raja means like a king. It is king of education. Then it is Raja Guhyam. It is king of confidential knowledge. What is the meaning of confidential? Though it is available to everyone, but not everyone will be able to get it. Okay, because it is confidential. It is given by the chosen devotee, by the Lord, because he will give that knowledge. Who is eligible to receive the knowledge?
Those are non-envious.
Exactly. That is what like the eligibility to understand about Krishna or to enter into the kingdom of Godhead. Envy we can classify into multiple ways. Okay, it is about no enmity, no what to say like okay the prajalpas about others like no what you name like okay not the attitude of okay he got that one I didn't get like he's bigger than me or I am bigger than him, all those things plus non-envious of Krishna, that is very important, which says how I am not the master, Krishna is the master, supreme master. I am not the controller, Krishna is the controller. Only Krishna can enjoy. I am here to serve Krishna, not to enjoy. Okay, by serving Krishna I can enjoy more. That is what we have to understand. Okay, so that is what this Guhyam, Raja Guhyam. It is king of confidential knowledge. Pavitram, it is very purest. There is no contamination at all. And Idam Uttamam, it is transcendental. It is not changing ever. It is not changing anytime. It is eternal. It is transcendental. Then Pratyaksha, by direct experience, it can be understood. Okay, then it is the Dharmyam, it is principle of religion. Then Susukam, okay, it is very happy. The Susukam, like we will explain in detail in the sloka. Then Kartum, by executing Avyayam, everlasting, like this everlasting bhakti or this confidential knowledge, if you are practicing it, you will get the Susukam forever. Okay, the Susukam is one is by executing the devotional service, we will get happiness, or this devotional service has to be performed in a happy manner. Both the things will be applicable. Okay. How, see, you all took some effort to attend this class, correct? By getting up little early in the morning and kept aside all the other activities, and you dedicated your 1 hour time to this particular to attend this class, because you are getting some or the other thing from this class, correct? That is the reason. That will help us to perform devotional service. That will help us to grow in our devotional service. So that is what the susukam means. Susukam means both meaning is there. It has to be joyfully performed while you are performing. Okay, while attending the class, you never say, "Oh my God, goodness, I am just attending the class because I want to satisfy Preeta Mataji, or satisfy Vasant Prabhu, so that they will not think about bad about me." No, not for that, because you will get benefit. Okay, you are happily performing. You are voluntarily coming to attend the class. Okay, uh, and by attending the class or by performing the devotion service, you will get happiness. What is that happiness? It is not material happiness. It is, what is that? Sachit Ananda. It is ever bliss happiness. It is not related to a material happiness where you eat ice cream, and during that time you will feel the happiness, or you will be happy, but after that you will get a cough and cold, and that will give a hard time. That is the material happiness. But by drinking this Bhagavad Gita as amrit, okay, by getting this knowledge, our bliss will increase, and we will get more and more bliss. Okay, that is what the susukam means. While performing, we have to perform happily, and by performing that, after performance, we will get the happiness also. Hope everyone understood this susukam meaning. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, sukham yani sukh
Yeah,
se bhi upar.
So you're saying
Yeah, correct. Yeah, very happy.
perform.
Yeah.
Classes also we have to happily attend.
Yeah.
And after performing also, after attending the classes also, we have to feel happy.
We will get the happiness by doing that. Okay, it has two meaning. One is while doing the devotional service, be it any activity, you are dropping someone for the class, or you are going to a satsang, or you are reading the Bhagavad Gita, or you are attending the class of Bhagavad Gita, or you are preaching to someone. You shouldn't think that, okay, oh my goodness, I am trying to do this to satisfy someone. No, you are trying to do that to satisfy Krishna and to satisfy every one of us. Okay, so that is the reason it has to be joyfully performed. Even if any Mataji giving you the seva of cooking, okay, please cook for 50 people. If you are not going to be performed happily, then you can say right away, okay, Mataji, it will not be possible. You can be blunt on that. That doesn't mean that, okay, all the time you say, okay, I don't want to do any seva, I will say bluntly. No. You have to take some effort to attend something. Yeah, you have to take some effort to do something. But if the situation is not going to make you to do the work in a happy mode, to do the devotion service, you can say very clearly, okay, I will not be able to do, because I will be in under the stress while doing that, and I don't want to do something which is under the stress, because I want to perform the devotion service, be it Mangala attending Mangala or preparation of some boha to the Lord or devotees, or going dropping the devotee from one satsangs to another satsang, or attending the class. Everything while doing, you have to be happily doing, and after doing, you have to get the happiness. You will get the happiness. This is what this susukam means. A very happy means. Okay, so this is king of education, and this is king of confidential knowledge. Then this is purest. This is transcendental, and while directly we perform, like, okay, we have to directly, like, okay, understand that, and it is the principle of the religion, dharmyam, and while performing and after performance, like, hey, we have to get the happiness, we have to happily to do. Okay, then kartum avyayam, by executing this, like, okay, this everlasting devotional service. So anyone wants to recite? Very important sloka to remember.
I will try, Prabhu.
Yeah, okay, Machi. Yeah.
Yeah, many times we have heard it.
Yeah.
Rajvidya Rajaguhyayam Pavitram Idam Uttamam Pratyakshawagamam Dharmyam Susukham Karutum Vyayam.
Yeah, susukam kartum avyayam. Yeah, very good, Manji. So,
Hare Krishna.
translation: this knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. Okay, if someone asks you, what is the secret of all secret? Not the other things. Okay, it is the most confidential knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, to know, to practice, to preach to others. This is what the secret of all secrets. Okay, it is the purest knowledge, and because it gives a direct perception of the self by realization, because it is a vijnana by the realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting and it is joyfully performed. One is joyfully, it has to be performed joyfully. Whatever things we are doing in devotional service, it has to be performed joyfully. And by doing that, we will get the joy also. Okay? Hare Krishna. Any doubt? So, this is what
No,
the
Prabhu.
thing. Yeah, Lord Krishna imparts most confidential knowledge and realization to Arjuna because he is free from envy. What is the qualification to receive? It is anasuya way. What it means to receive? By proper hearing. And what are the benefits? Like relief from the miseries of material existence. This is the king of education. Okay. Then as I mentioned, confidential knowledge is like a chapter 2 and 3, which is talking about knowledge of the spirit, soul, and body, useful for liberation. Then more confidential is chapter 7 and 8, which is knowledge about the absolute and how to attain that the supreme. Okay. Then the most confidential is chapter 9 and 10, like which is because it deals with the pure unalloyed devotion, and it delineates the glories of the Lord. Okay, qualification is non-envious, and what we will by non-envious, like we will get the secret of the knowledge, and by doing that we will go back to the Godhead. Okay, we will go out from this particular thing. In that, like a 9 process of devotion service, Shravanam Kirtanam, like that has to be performed. Okay, this is what like we already seen multiple times. This slide, like I go through once again. Then the message of the Supreme Lord are full of potencies. Like how to realize that? We have to hear about the Lord, we have to hear from the Lord, and we have to practically perform it every day. Then further glorification of the most confidential. Okay, first is who will receive, what is the qualification to receive. Second is glorification of the most confidential knowledge. Okay, that is what Raja Vidya, king of knowledge, and Raja Guhyam, like a most confidential knowledge. Then it will remove the avidya, and we will be able to go gradually progress in the devotion service. And it is uttamam, like it is a pavitram idam uttamam. Then it will be experienced directly, like by performing it, and we have to perform like a susukam. We have to perform joyfully, and we will get the joy like after performance, and because it is eternally everlasting, and it is the perfection of the religion. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Yeah.
Ram, Hare Hare.
Please attentively hear and practice all this devotion service in the every day-to-day life. Like today we have seen what is the Anasuya way, what is the most confidential knowledge, then who is ready to accept it, like ready to receive, and how it has to be performed. Then 8 glorification of the that particular knowledge, which is Raja Vidya, Raja Gugyam, Pavitram Idam Uttamam, Pratyaksha Avagamam Dharmyam, Susukam Kartum Avyayam. Hare Krishna. If no further questions, like we are good to close the class. Have a wonderful weekend and week ahead. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah,
Thank you
Hare
so
Krishna.
much.
Thanks, Maji.
Hare Krishna.
Please let us try to be non-envious of the Lord by thinking, about we are not the master, we are not the controller. Lord is the only master, Lord is the only supreme enjoyer, and let us serve for that Lord to enjoy. And by serving that, we will get the enjoyment. Okay, Hare Krishna.